I feel to watch another
What's up,
at the
YouTube?
top. You know that if you wasn't you, you would be dissing you, dog.
We on 2K.
Okay, from
We
that
did something
perspective,
like
I see what you talking about. No way to soften
First
that.
round, we got
Cause
three
me, I
coaches.
was trying
We
to
got
find out where I
15
lost him
rounds.
at, but maybe I ain't lose him at all.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
These teams.
Tell them where I'm from. Make a 6 straight jump from SoCal, Hollywood to the slums. Get burnt by the California sun on the west side. East Coast, where you at? Just got to New York like a net on a jet to London. To Brazil, to Quebec, like the whole world took effect to Ferg. Tell them, baby, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your down? Say, get in with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit, and me, I'm on way to Venice. LA got the people saying, Brooklyn saying.
Now let's get it all in perspective for all y'all enjoyment.
A beautiful view here of the Riverwalk, one of San Antonio's top attractions, as we see people cruising by. And
Alright, let's go ahead and put this on Hall of Fame. Turn this game speed up, put the game speed up mad slow. Go ahead. Alright, everything.
enjoying a terrific day.
Only describe us as
Coming to you.
Make sure my substitution manual.
Live on 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Spurs in an interconference battle here at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. And now the New York Knicks starters. Chris Paul is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Griffin. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Last season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
Passes it to Butler. Here's LeBron. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. And with the Spurs and their winning percentage, it's right above 60. Not bad for a team that joined the NBA back in 1977.
Al Paul. James Harden missing on the three. It's Solomon to Kumbo. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
A lot of the Spurs' success, guys, with their winning percentage has come since the 90s. The way they are put together, who knows how high they can push that franchise winning percentage.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Paul with the three. They get it back.
Come on, oh my God.
Griffin kicks to Butler. With the clock winding down. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And GA, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Paul with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Butler kicks to Paul. Inside, and James gets it to go on the assist by Paul. LeBron's got his second basket of the night. Outside, out of the Kumbo. James against George. Antetokounmpo, a screen on LeBron. Irving from long range. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other all-stars, quite honestly, Kevin, but you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
Harden, no good. New York leading by 4. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
And for Irving, he did come into last year hot. I mean, he won the MVP in international play while with Team USA.
Now, here's George.
What?
No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Back to Irving. Trying to get back on track.
Come on.
That doesn't go in either for Irving. LeBron dishes to Butler. Some nice passing by New York here. Drummond passes to Butler. Paul against Harden. And it's Paul penetrating. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
And for Kyrie, taking home the MVP and a Team USA tourney like that, it's a huge ego boost. I mean, of all the stars on that team, he shined the brightest, and I think that's going to help his confidence for this year.
Now here's Harden. And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter. And powered down the jam.
Muscle flex time on that jam.
He wanted these people to hear that one.
I tell you what, the force was with him on that one.
Here is Paul. Outside Griffin. Back to Paul. In the corner, it's James. Butler on the wing. In the corner, it's James. On the wing. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those when he misses when he's got that much room.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now here's Paul. He dishes it to Drummond. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Drains it from beyond the arc. Butler's got 5.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Irving attacking. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club
It
to be
is,
in. Only
it
the
is.
true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
Paul, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Harden has a wide open look. They get it again, and Fareed kicks to Harden. No good on the buzzer beater.
That kind of shooting no more.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Knicks lead by 4. And you talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs, Scola out there with Jefferson. Then it's Tracy McGrady. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3 spot.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Wiggins dishes to Towns. Jefferson with some nice D.
Boy, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Well, Clark, what can you say about the Knicks last season? They had a lot of trouble on their road trips, among other things.
Well, especially on the road. I mean, only managed to get 7 road wins on the season, Kevin.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kid Gilchrist. That's his first foul. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Paul passes to LeBron. New York moving it around. It's stolen by Jefferson. McGrady outside. The quick look, no good that time. Paul kicks to Butler. And Jefferson sends it back. And here comes McGrady leading the fast break. And the rejection by James. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
And San Antonio has possession. They trail by 1. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
There are certain things, guys, that you can always count on in life. Death, taxes, and of course the Spurs winning 50 games in the regular season. Happened for the 16th straight season last year.
And they now...
I was trying to make some more phone charger.
Lead as the free throw drops for him. Well, keeping in mind the Spurs have won 50 games or more for many years in a row, Greg, there are teams out there who can drive cars who have not even seen the Spurs not win 50 games, at least in a year.
And the way the Spurs keep on building this team, it's not as if that streak's going to end anytime soon. Those kids might have a chance to vote and do much more before they fail to see the Spurs win 50 games.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Brandon Knight is checked in for Paul.
Brandon Knight.
It's Knight with the drive. 6 on the shot clock. To stop the run. San Antonio with the rebound. And they're running. Scola with a clean look. Another one falls for San Antonio.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
That's that right.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Griffin, no one around him. Nailed from three-point land. Griffin's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside Rose. Outside Jefferson. The kick out to Rose, and stolen by Knight. And here we go, fast break. LeBron's got it. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Knight against Rose. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. From deep three-point range, offensive rebound Spurs. Scola kicks to McGrady. Here's